Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki.
Jai.
Jai Gaur Premanande.
Very
All
good.
Gauris assembled devotees, all Gauris assembled devotees, all Gauris assembled devotees, Guru Gaura. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate
Om Namo
Vasudevaya.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Hare Krishna. Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 18. The perfection of
Net കട്ടാവുണ്ടല്ലോ
41 to 46. Verse 41 will read. Brahmana Kshatriya Visham Shudranam cha param tapa karmani pravibhaktani subhava prabhaver gunai.
Brahmana
Brahmana Kshatriya Visham Shudranam cha param tapa karmani pravibhaktani subhava prabhaver gunai. Brahmana Kshatriya Visham Shudranam cha parantava karmani pravibhaktani subhava prabhavair gunaihi. Yes, Katyani Maji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Brahmana Kshatriya Vishya Rudranam cha parantapaha karmani pravibhaktani svabhava prabhavai gunai gunaihi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sridev Mataji can read the verse.
Param. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
Param taba he parandaba.
No. Read the verse. Verse only. Brahmana Kshatriya Visham.
Brahmana Kshatriya Visham Shudranam cha param taba karmani pravibhaktani svabhava prabhavair gune.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Brahmana, the Brahmanas. Kshatriya, the Kshatriyas. Visham, the Vaishyas. Shudranam, the Shudras. Cha and Parantava, or subduer of the enemies. Karmani, activities. Praviviktani are divided. Swabhava, own nature. Prabhavaihi, born of. Gunai, by the modes of material nature. Translation by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Maharaj ki Jai. Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras are distinguished by their qualities of work or chastise of enemy in accordance with the modes of nature. Verse 42. Shamo damastavash shaucham chandirarjavamevacha jnanam vijnanamastikyam brahmakarma subhavajam. Shamo damascha shaucham chandirarjavamevacha jnanam vijnanamastikyam brahmakarma subhavajam. Shamo damastavash shaucham chandirarjavamevacha jnanam vijnanamastikyam Yamagarma Subhavajam. Yes, Katyani Maji.
Jnanam Jnanamastyam Brahmakarma Sabhavat. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Sridevi Mataji.
Shamodamastava shaucham shandirarjavamevacha jnanam vijnanamastikyam brahmakarma svabhavacham.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes. Shamaha, peacefulness. Dama, self-control. Taba, austerity. Shaucham, purity. Shandi, tolerance. Arjavam, honesty. Eva, certainly. Cha and Jnanam, wisdom. Vijnanam, knowledge. Astikyam, religiousness. Brahma or Brahmana. Karma, duty of a Brahma of a Brahmana. Karma, duty. Subhavajam, born of his nature. Peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, wisdom, knowledge, and religiousness. These are the qualities by which the Brahmanas work. Verse 43. Shauryam tejo dhrirdaksham युद्धे चाप्यपलायनं दानमीश्वरभावश्च क्षात्रं कर्म स्वभावजं शौर्यं तेजो धृतिर्दाक्ष्यं युद्धे चाप्यपलायनं दानमीश्वरभावश्च क्षात्रं कर्म स्वभावजम् शौर्यं तेजो धृतिर्दाक्ष्यं युद्धे चाप्यपलायनं दानम् ईश्वरभावश्च क्षात्रं कर्म स्वभावजम्. Yes, Katyani Maji.
शौर्यं तेजो धृतिर्दाक्ष्यं ते चाप्यपलायनं दानम् ईश्वरभावश्च क्षात्रं कर्म स्वभावजम्. हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
शौर्यं तेजो धृतिर्दाक्ष्यं युद्धे चाप्यपलायनं दानमीश्वरभावश्च क्षात्रं कर्म स्वभावजं. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Shamaha. Sorry. Shauryam. Heroism. Teja, power. Dhriti, determination. Dakshyam, resourcefulness. Yuddhe, in battle. Sha and Abhi, also. Apalayanam, not fleeing. Danam, generosity. Ishvara, leadership. Bhava, nature. Cha and Kshatram, Kshatriya. Karma, duty. Swabhavajam, born of his own nature. Heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity, and leadership are the qualities of work for the Kshatriyas. Verse 44. Krishi Gorakshavanijyam Vaishyakarma Subhavajam Paricharyatmagam Karmam Shudrasyabi Subhavajam Krishi Gorakshavanijyam Vaishyakarma Subhavajam Paricharyatmagam Karma Shudrasyabi Subhavajam Krishi Gorakshavanijyam Vaishyakarma Subhavajam Paricharyatmagam karma shudrasyavi subhavajam. Yes, Katyani Maji.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ऋषिकेशवाक्यं वैश्यकर्मस्वभावजं वैदग्ध्यमादित्यादिस्वभावजं. हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण. कृषिगोरक्ष्यवाणिज्यं वैश्यकर्म स्वभावजं परिचर्यात्मकं कर्म शूद्रस्यापि स्वभावजं. हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
Krishna. Krishi, plowing. Go, cows. Rakshya, protection. Vanijyam, trade. Vaishya, Vaishya. Karma, duty. Swabhavajam, born of his own nature. Paricharya, service. Atmagam, nature. Karma, duty. Shudrasya, of the Shudra. Api, also. Swabhavajam, born of his own nature. Farming, cattle raising, and business are the qualities of work for the Vaishyas, and for the Shudras, there is labor and service to others. Verse 45. Swe swe karmanya bhirida samsiddhim labadendra swakarma bhiridha siddhim yada vindari tachunu. Swe swe karmanya bhirida samsiddhim labade naraha स्वकर्म निरतः सिद्धिं यथा विन्दति तच्छृणु स्वे स्वे कर्मण्यभिरतां संसिद्धिं लभते नरः स्वकर्म निरतः सिद्धिं यथा विन्दति तच्छृणु. Yes.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय स्वे स्वे कर्मण्यभिरतः संसिद्धिं लभते नरः स्वकर्मनिरतः सिद्धिं यदा विन्दति तच्छृणु. हरे कृष्ण प्रभु.
हरे कृष्ण.
Yes.
स्वे स्वे कर्मण्यभिरता संसिद्धिं लभते नर स्वकर्मनिरता सिद्धिं यथा विन्दति तच्छृणु. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna. Sway on, karmani, in work, abhiradaha, following, samsiddhim, perfection, labade, achieves, naraha, a man, swakarma, by his own duty, niradaha, engaged, Siddhim, perfection. Yadha, as Vindadi attains, tad, that, Shunu, listen. By following his qualities of work, every man can become perfect. Now, please hear from me how this can be done. 46. Yada pravarti bhudanam yena sarvamidam tadam swakarmanatmabhyarchya siddhim vindari manava. Yada pravartim bhudanam yena sarvamidam tadam swakarmanatmabhyarchya siddhim vindari manava. Yada pravarti bhudanam yena sarvamidam tadam swakarmanatmabhyarchya Siddhim Vindadi Manava. Yes.
ഓ നമോ ഭഗവതേ വാസുദേവായ. യത് പ്രവൃത്തിർഭൂതാനാം യേന സർവമിദം തദം സ്വകർമ്മണ തമസ്യ സിദ്ധിം വിന്ദതി മാനവഃ. ഹരേ കൃഷ്ണ പ്രഭു.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Yadapravartir bhudanam yena sarvamidam tadam swakarmanaram tamam pritchya siddhim vindadi manava. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Yada, from whom, pravarti, emanation, bhutanam, of all living entities, yena, by whom, sarvam, all, idam, this, itadam, is pervaded, swakarmana, in his own duties, tam, him, abhyarchya, by worshipping, siddhim, perfection, vindadi, achieves, manavaha, a man. By worship of the Lord, who is the source of all beings and who is all pervading, man can, in performance of his duty, attain perfection. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chachurmailam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthavidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamahyam Dadadi Swapadandigam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudhavadagalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsa Shri Rupam Sagarajadam Saganalagunadanvidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadhutam Parijanasaidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishnavadan Saganalida Shivshaganvidamsa. He Krishna Karna Sindho Dinabandho Jagalpade Gopesha Gopiga Kanda Radha Kanda Namastude Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpadruvascha Siddha Kripa Sindhuvi Evacham Paditanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swami Dinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Shatyadesharine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Brahmana Kshatriya Visham Shudranaam cha Parantavam Karmani Pravibhaktani Subhava Prabhavair Gunaihi. Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras are distinguished by the qualities of work or chastise of enemy in accordance with the modes of nature. Hare Krishna. So, we have reached the middle of this chapter.
Yes.
Chapter 18, we have 78 verses, 40 are over. Now we have only 38 panels left. Up to 40, Krishna had explained very nicely action. What is karma all about? And what is perfection? Perfection is tyaga and renunciation, because tyaga and renunciation lead to liberation. So, in reply to Arjuna's query, what is the distinguishing nature of tyaga and sannyasa? Are they same or are they different? The first 12 verses, Krishna explained in detail what is tyaga and sannyasa, ultimately concluding that tyaga and sannyasa are one and the same. There is no difference at all. And then here explained the components of action from verses 13 to 19. And from 20 verse onwards, he explained what is jnana, karma, karta, buddhi, determination, and happiness in different modes. The modes of nature, also known as constituents of Prakriti, which are 3 in number, Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna. The whole major portion of chapters from 14 onwards to 18 is dealing with these modes only. Because modes actually, gunas, actually constitute the maya, illusion, by which we are born. We are born by gunas, so we should understand perfectly how we are conditioned by understanding the modes of nature thoroughly. Once we understand these modes thoroughly, we can understand in which guna we are situated. The concluding in the last verse 40, is emphasizing that point. No tadasti prithivyam va divi deveshu va punaha sattvam prakritijer muktam yadevi syat gunaihi. Sattvam means the existence, whatever that is existing, whatever objects or whatever persons which are existing in all the 3 worlds, from Brahmaloka down to the Padalas, the hellish planets, are completely immersed or are only products of gunas. Whatever it is, Yadevi Sya Tribhir Gunaihi. There's nothing which is free from these 3 modes. That means every object is bound by this nature. So Arjuna wanted to know how these persons are bound by nature. So Krishna is now explaining the 4 varnas, namely Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, how they are bound by these gunas. In verse 41, today's first verse in discussion, explains the first word is a compound of 3 words, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Visham, and Shudrana is separate. Why it is so? Because Brahmana, Kshatriya, and Visham are twice born. They are called Dvijas. They are born twice. Dvija means a person who is born twice. First birth is through the mother's womb, which every living entity, not only human beings, but everyone is appearing in this world through the mother's womb. That is the first birth. The second birth is when you are spiritually elevated. That is your birth in spirituality. Technically, it's called Upanayanam. Upanayanam means when you are accepting the sacred thread, which entails you to the study of Vedas. So that is a right given to a person, one who is having this sacred trait only are qualified to study the Vedas. And Vedas are the knowledge by which we can free ourselves from the bondage of this material nature. So the three varnas, Brahmana, the superior ones, Brahmana, Kshatriya, and Vaishyas, are Dvijas because they are qualified to study Vedas, while Shudra are not. Shudras do not possess the cleanliness required for studying Vedas, and so they are not permitted to study Vedas. And we should very clearly understand this, that the division, the Varnashrama division, is completely based on gunas only. Guna, and according to guna, the karma which the person is engaging, and not the birth, which is a determining factor. Birth is not the determining factor to classify a person according to modes, or to classify a person according to varnas. It is gunas that is the criterion. So many persons have misunderstood this fact. And so they feel that injustice is done to Shudras because they are not permitted to study the Vedas, even though they may be intelligent. But Shastras do not distinguish a person completely based on the birth. It's based on gunas only. So if person has an inclination or favorably positioned to study the Vedas, naturally he is classified as Brahmana, Kshatriya, or Vaishya, although he may be born in a Shudra family. So, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudras are determined by the karma. How karma? What karma? Swabhava. Swabhava means one's own nature. The Swabhava is basically vasanas. Vasana means the residual effect of a karma. Karma always have reactions. Every karma has got reaction. That reaction, we are taking this life, and then there is a residual, and that is forming as vasanas, impressions. Impressions that get inside your andakarana, comprising of mind, intelligence, and false ego, also called as chitta. So chitta is in andakarana. Inside the chitta, these impressions are formed. Impressions done by acts done previously in previous lives. And according to that impressions, one is impelled to act in this life. So that gunas, those vasanas or impressions, determine the guna of a person, and that guna determines in which varna is situated. I hope you are that is clear. Karmani pravivaktani. The karma are divided according to the nature. And according to the karma, the three varnas, the four varnas are established. So Brahmanas are predominantly situated in Sattvana with Rajogana as a secondary nature. Kshatriyas are predominantly in Raja. Vaishyas are predominantly situated in Rajoguna itself, but the difference is that the secondary nature is Tamoguna, not Satoguna. That is the difference between Kshatriya and Vaishya. Both Kshatriya and Vaishya predominantly have Rajoguna as their first guna. Now we have to understand that a person in gunas is situated actually a mixture of gunas. Not that somebody is completely in Sattva-guna, completely in Rajoguna, completely in Tamoguna. This is a mixture only, but according to the predominance of a nature, he is classified as Sattva-guni, Rajoguni, or Tamoguni. So Brahmana predominantly have goodness, mode of goodness, Sattva-guna. And so they are classified as Sattva-gunas, and then Rajoguna is a predominant nature of both Kshatriya and Vaishya, as explained before. But Kshatriya has the secondary nature is Sattva-guna, while predominantly Tamogun and the secondary nature is Rajogun. They have absolutely no connection with Sattva-guna. Just like Brahmana doesn't have a connection with Tamogun, the Shudras do not have any connection with the Sattva-guna. They are not situated in Sattva-guna at all. Because only a person is firmly established in Sattva-guna can he really follow the scriptures. So it is very necessary that one should be always strive to be situated in Sattva-guna. That's a final instruction of Srila Prabhupada before departing. Before he departed, he said the final, everybody should strive to be in Sattva-guna. That's very important. So then Krishna is explaining the different natures. What is the nature of this Brahmana? What is Sattva-guna? Rajamevacham jnanam vijnanamastikyam brahma karma subhavajam. Shama means control of mind. Dama means control of senses. Taba means austerities, voluntary austerities, voluntary abstention from sense gratification. Actually, that is called tama. Everybody is naturally inclined for sense gratification, going after objects of sense. But when you are voluntarily abstaining from this sense of it is called taba. Shaucham means cleanliness, both internal as well as external. Internal, external we know by taking bath nicely, brushing your teeth. Cleanliness of the body is called external. Cleanliness of the mind is called internal, which is always best, results best attained by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Then Shanti means tolerance. Ability to tolerate difficulties, unhappiness, happiness, etc. Arjavam means honesty, avoiding duplicity. Honesty means understanding the Shastric injunctions perfectly, following it, exactly following it without any deviation, and explaining it without any deviation, without any change. How we have understood perfectly, we should try to teach others also. And we should always practice what has been explained. That means the Shastra injunctions are meant to be followed meticulously rather than giving a lecture on that or rather theorizing on that. That is our job. Jnanam, yes, jnanam is knowledge about things, what is body, what is nature, what is spirit, etc. And arja means realization of that knowledge by using your discriminatory intelligence, using buddhi we should realize what has been taught. That is Vijnana. Astikyam. Astikyam means strictly following the Vedas. These are the 9 qualities of Brahma, and his work is according to the gunas. Coming to work, the gunas of Kshatriya, Shaucham, Tejo, Dhiridaksham, Yuddhe Chapyavlayanam, Dhanam, Ishvara Chatram, Karma, Subhavajam. In respect to Satuguna, the Brahma, qualities of Brahmana, a scripture known as Vishnu Smriti explains the qualities of Brahmana as follows. Shama, Satyam, Dama, Shaucham, Dhanam, Indriya Samyana, Ahimsa, Guru Shushusha, Tirthanusaranam, Daya, Arjavam, Loba Shunyatvam, Deva Brahmana Pujanam, Anabhyashya Shunya. Sorry, Anabhyasuya. Anabhyasuya means without envy. Abhyasuya means envy. Anabhyasuya means non-envy. Tada dharma samanyam uchyate. Forgiveness, truthfulness, control, cleanliness, charity, restraint of senses, non-violence, service to Guru, visiting holy places, Tirthanusaranam, that is visiting holy places, compassion, straightforwardness, freedom from greed, Loba Shunyatvam, freedom from greed, worship of Devas and Brahmanas, and freedom from envy, Anabhyasuya, freedom from envy, are the general qualities of Brahmana. So it's a long list actually. Krishna explains essence of that only. So in case of Kshatriya, the first quality Shaurya means courage. Courage. That he can face any situation. He will not show any cowardice in any tense situation, any situation, favorable, unfavorable. He is always filled with courage. Teja means power. The courage should be supported by power. Now, if I enter I may not be afraid, I not be scared. I'll enter the battlefield, but I should have the power also to do the battle. In the battle, one's strength is always put in test. So you should have courage as well as power and strength also. And Dhridi means determination. In the face of even in times of great stress, the Kshatriya, the senses of Kshatriyas will not be fatigued. Kshatriya's senses will always be alert. He's both the all 2 types of senses. There is knowledge gathering senses as well as execution senses, working senses. Will always remain alert. That is very much required in the time of battle. If your senses getting tired, naturally you'll become weak. You may not be able to assess the situation and act accordingly. So that is the way. Then Dakshya means expertise. Situations might change. Then according to that change, you should change the tactics also. In battle, you go ahead with your plan. Sometimes something unforeseen may happen. At that time, you should be able to have the resourcefulness to handle that situation. That is called Dakshyam. Yuddhe cha apapalayanam. Palayanam means not retreating. One never gets run away from a battle. The Kshatriya will never run away from battle, even though death may be sure. But Krishna is famous for Rancho. Krishna is also known as Ranacho. Why Krishna is known as Ranacho? Krishna had once run away from battle. There was a Mlecha who was a very friend of Jarasandha, and he tried to engage Krishna in the battle. But Krishna did not engage himself in the battle with that person, and he started running from the battlefield. Mlecha followed him and abused him. Why you call yourself a Kshatriya? Why you are running from? Come on, don't be scared. Come and face me. Fight with me. Don't run away. He started abusing Krishna, but Krishna was laughing and then running and running. And this person ran behind Krishna. And then Krishna entered a cave. And inside that cave, a great Kshatriya named Muchukunda, he was sleeping. Muchukunda was a great king. He was a great warrior. He had an Indra and Devas in their battle with Asuras. And it was a long fought battle. And finally, Muchukunda was able to win the battle for the Devas. And Indra was very pleased with him and said that, what do you want? Any blessing. You can take any boon from me, I'll give you. Then Muchukunda said, I'm very tired, so I want to sleep. Nobody should disturb my sleep. Then Indra said, yes, okay, you take rest, sleep as much as you want. And suppose somebody disturbs your sleep and you open your eyes, that person will be burnt out. So Krishna led this person into the cave because it is unthinkable of Krishna to fight this Mlechas. And so he entered the cave and seeing Muchukunda did not touch the Muchukunda or tremble with him. He stepped aside and this Mlecha followed him and he stepped on this Muchukunda and Muchukunda opened his eyes and this person was burnt up. So Krishna is famous as Ranacho. Ranacho actually, if you are running away from battle, that is a degrading thing for a Kshatriya, totally degrading. But for Krishna, devotees love Krishna, and this quality of Krishna is glorified as a person who run away from battle. That is the Supreme Personality for you. Whatever he does is glorified. But Kshatriya, normally, here, as per verse, Apalayanam. Apalayanam means not retreating. That is his quality. Then Dhanam, he is distributing his wealth. And Ishara Bhamascha, he is controlling and ruling over his subjects, suppressing the envious or the the mischievous persons, and protecting the rightful ones. The three qualities of Vaishyas are Krishi, Goraksha, and Vanijya. Krishi, agriculture; Goraksha, protection of cattle; and then Vanijya means trading or banking. That is the karma of Vaishya. And Paricharyatmam karma, service to others, is a service of the karma of a Vaishya. Shudra. Then, having explained these qualities of these varnas, Krishna is saying that how to achieve perfection by sticking on to one's own prescribed duties. Swese karmanya bhiradaha samsiddhim labade naraha swakarma niradaha siddhim yada vindita achino. Krishna says, when one person very sincerely and meticulously follows his prescribed duties, he can be liberated. I mean, he can come out of this liberation. Now, Arjuna here is very doubtful about this. He says karma is binding. So, how karma can lead to jnana. Siddhi means jnana here. Knowledge. How karma can lead to knowledge, which is liberating. Karma is binding and jnana is liberating. So, how can karma lead to jnana? That is a very logical question by Arjuna. Krishna says that karma, that means you are near the karma, prescribed duties, can lead to knowledge. How it is so? Krishna says, I am going to explain. Now, normally, the result of karma is sakama or enjoying very nice opulence in the next life here itself, or either going to I mean higher planets. But here the karma, the result is different. What is explained here, or what is meant here, is that prescribed duties lead to purification. Purification of the dirt that is collected, the malinya that is collected in your heart. And once purified, once you are having purified heart, the jnana will emerge from that. But how it is possible? How the prescribed duties can lead to purification? That says, Krishna says, I'll explain how it is so. He says, next, the verse 46, Yada pravarti bhudanam, yena sarvamidam tanam, so karmanam tamabhyarcha, siddhim indari manavam. How nicely Krishna is now explaining this. How nishkama karma can lead to liberation, jnana, knowledge, which ultimately lead to liberation, is explained by Krishna, because when you are doing the prescribed duties, you do it as a worship for me, worship to me. One's prescribed duties should be executed as a worship to Krishna. So karmana tam abhyarcha. Tam, whom? Who is this karma? Who is this Supreme Personality? Yada pravarti bhudanam. He is the source of everything, is emanated from him. All the living entities are coming from him. All the worlds and the residents of these worlds are within him, is coming from him only. Pravarti bhudanam, the source of everything. And yena sarvamidam tadam. And one is all pervading, all this, all the living entities, everything is so inside Krishna, everything is emanating from Krishna only, and Krishna is pervading everything. Yomam pashyati sarvatra savam maisha drishyate. Here we can explain it as terms of Garbhodashaya Vishnu and Kshirodashaya Vishnu. We know that in each and every universe there is Garbhodashaya Vishnu, and that particular universe is sprouting from the belly or the stomach region of Garbhodashaya Vishnu. A lotus flower is sprouted, and the top of the lotus flower, your Brahma, that is a Satya is there, and down you have other planets. So that means inside, within the Garbhodashaya Vishnu, everything is situated, everything the Garbhodashaya Vishnu, and these living entities up to a microscope, even the minutest, as Paramatma. So Paramatma is residing in each and every molecule or minutest of atoms. It is pervaded. So everything is emanating from Krishna, everything is pervaded by Krishna in his expansion of Garbhodashaya Vishnu and Kshirodashaya Vishnu. That is the Supreme Person. That person is worshipped. If that person is worshipped properly, that is one thing that should be understood very clearly. Krishna should be worshipped properly means it is not that you do some karma and then offer the reactions to him, the fruits to him. Normally, it is understood that you execute some karma and offer the fruits to Krishna, but that will not lead to purification. Because when you are doing prescribed duty, you are doing it as per your moods only. To impure foods, the foods cannot, if you worship the foods, you are offering the foods to Krishna, that will not be purified. What we have to do is first offer to Krishna. First worship Krishna before you do the action. Remember Krishna, think about Krishna before you do your prescribed duties, and then the fruits will be clear, purified. The action will be purified. When the action is purified, the fruits are also purified. So remembering Krishna means remembering the words of Krishna, which means remembering the Shastras. Which means that you have to act according to the instructions given by Krishna, then only act. Not act whimsically as per your modes. No. Worship, that is in the verse number 9 of the 3rd chapter, is clearly given. Yajnartham karma anyatra logoyam karma bandhana. Do the prescribed duties as an offering to Krishna. Otherwise, everything will be binding. So that is explained here very nicely by Krishna. So karmani atam abhyarcha siddhim. Siddhim here is the knowledge, pure knowledge. Pure knowledge, you can attain the pure knowledge by offering your prescribed duties to Krishna. And that way, your work will be purified, your andhakara will be purified, and then pure knowledge will emerge, and that will lead to liberation. So, Nishkama Karma should be with devotion only. So that is what Srimad Bhagavatam says, Naishkarmya abhi achyuta bhava orjidam na shobhade jnanamalanjanam. Even if you are doing prescribed duties very perfectly, but without a devotion to Krishna, that will not lead to jnana. So if you are to, the intention is for liberation, and for that you need the knowledge, your prescribed duties should be offered as a devotion to Krishna. That is the teaching here. So thank you very much. That is for today. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpadrubhishcha. Kripa sindhubhi evacha. Padanam pavanebhyo. Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananda Gori Vaishnava Digija.